Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Storytime channel. I'm Pallavi reading interesting stories for you. Today's story name is The Ingenious Ghatotkacha. This is the story taken from Mahabharata, written by Sudha Murty. Before go to the story, please subscribe my channel, and if you like this story, then comment in the box and hit the bell icon. Now let's go to the story. The Ingenious Ghatotkacha. Krishna's nephew Abhimanyu, one of the Arjuna's son, had moved to Dwarka along with his mother Subhadra during the exile. Abhimanyu grew up to be a brave young man under Krishna's tutelage. It was Krishna who trained the boy in archery. Shashirekha was the daughter of Krishna's brother Balram and his wife Revati. The tales of her extraordinary beauty reached far and wide. Many young men were fascinated by her, but Sashirekha's heart belonged only to one, the talented and the courageous Abhimanyu. Her mother, Revati, however, did not approve of the match. She was convinced that Abhimanyu would never become a king, as the Pandavas no longer had a kingdom of their own. Even if they did get their kingdom back, the claim to the throne would obviously first go to the Draupadi children. Revati was thus more interested in getting her daughter married to Lakshman Kumara, Duryodhana's son, who is, in her opinion, was a better match than Abhimanyu. Shakuni, Duryodhana's uncle, was in agreement with Revati. Balram was the great warrior and had taught Bhima and Duryodhana the art of fighting with a mace. So Shakuni was sure that the alliance would strengthen their relationship with him. Thus, the marriage between Shashirekha and Lakshman Kumara was fixed, much against the bride's wishes. Upset and disgraced, Abhimanyu and Subhadra left Dwarka and made their way to the forest where the Pandavas resided. On the way, they met a giant like man who seemed to recognize them. The big man introduced himself. I am Ghatotkacha, the son of Bhima and Hidimbi. This forest belongs to me. I would like to invite you to my home. Please don't refuse. After all, we are family. Happy to meet his cousin, Abhimanyu agreed, and he and his mother followed Ghatotkacha to his house. While they were at Ghatotkacha's house, thought of the Shashirekha plugged Abhimanyu's mind, and he withdrew from conversation, looking sad. Feeling sorry for him, Hidambi told her son, Ghatotkacha, you are powerful. You know how to perform all sorts of illusion. You can transform yourself into any form and travel anywhere you want. Can't you figure out a way to help your cousin marry Shashirekha? Ghatotkacha readily agreed and sped like the wind to Shashirekha's chamber in her palace. Since it was the middle of night, Shashirekha was scared at the sight of the stranger who had seemingly appeared from nowhere. Just as she was about to scream, he shushed her, saying, Don't be scared, Shashirekha. I am Ghatotkacha, the son of Bhima and Hidimbi. I am not here to harm you. I know that you love my cousin Abhimanyu. He is staying in my house in the forest right now. Come with me. I can take you to meet him. But how can I come with you? Asked Shashirekha. After she had calmed down, if I disappear like this, it will bring disgrace to my parents. The groom's family and friends have already arrived for wedding ceremony. Don't worry, Shashirekha, Ghatotkacha smiled. I will take care of things in such a manner that the groom himself will refuse to marry you. Trust me. Shashirekha agreed and climbed on to Ghatotkacha's palm. The giant then flew back home with her, where Abhimanyu and Subhadra were waiting impatiently. They were ecstatic to see Shashirekha. Ghatotkacha returned to the palace, transformed himself into Shashirekha, and went to sleep in her bed. The next morning, the maids came to wake Shashirekha, unaware of the events of the night. The way Ghatotkacha snored and grunted and snorted upset the maids. That's when Ghatotkacha remembered that he was supposed to behave like a girl. The maids requested her, or rather him, get ready soon, princess. People are waiting for you. But I am hungry. I want to eat first, insisted Ghatotkacha. The maids brought him a meal which Ghatotkacha ate in a second. When he asked for more, the maids were greatly concerned. Shashirekha was a delicate girl and hardly ever finished what was on her plate. But the new Shashirekha seemed different somehow. Ghatotkacha went with the maids to the kitchen and ate everything in sight, much to the dismay of the cooks who had to make more food now. Meanwhile, the groom's relative and friends were busy celebrating. Lakshman Kumara was obviously happy to marry Shashirekha, and Shakuni was also overjoyed. Finally, it was time for the groom to see the bride. When the Lakshman Kumara saw who is thought of Shashirekha, Ghatotkacha, the talented illusionist, that he was turned her face into that of lions. The Lakshman Kumara backed away in horror and screamed, "Lion! That's a lion!" But Shashirekha looked the same to everyone else. Shakuni scolded his grandson and asked him to calm down. A few minutes later, Shashirekha stood before Lakshman Kumara with a garland in her hands, this time with the face of a tiger. Again, only he could see the illusion. Just as she was about to garland him, the groom stepped back, shaken. "No, I don't want to marry her," he said. "She is frightening." Again, Shakuni convinced him to go ahead with the ceremony. Finally, when it was time for the groom to tie the Mangal Sutra around the bride's neck, Ghatotkacha turned Shashirekha's face into that of cheetahs. Lakshman Kumara cried out to his family, "This may be a great alliance for all of you because she is Balram's daughter, thus giving you an advantage in the upcoming war. But I refuse to marry her." Duryodhana and Shakuni were terribly embarrassed. Their secret was now out in the open. "I thought you would wanted your son to marry my daughter because you like her and not because it suited your purpose. I am sorry, but after this incident, I don't think your son is worthy of my daughter. Even if he was, I would not give away my daughter in marriage to your family. The wedding is off," said Balrama family firmly. Duryodhana and Shakuni along with the rest of the family went back to Hastinapur in shame. Meanwhile, Shashirekha's parents were sad and disappointed. Revati bitterly regretted her decision. Abhimanyu loved our daughter with all his heart, but I refused to see that. Blinded by what I thought was security for her, I made a great mistake. If he were here, I would get them married right away. When Ghatotkacha heard this, he knew that his work was done. That same night, he brought the real Shashirekha back to her chamber and escorted Abhimanyu to the palace. Balrama and Revati were happy to see Abhimanyu. The next day, Shashirekha was married to Abhimanyu, and the secret of how it all happened was revealed only to Krishna. This story is popular folk tale from Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh and has inspired many dances and puppet shows. Do you like this story? Then comment in the box and subscribe my channel. Bye bye.